Amplify oil and gas. We are doing a full analysis review on this stock. Full disclosure, I am not here to pump and dump the stock. This is my portfolio. I have over $500,000, 100% in Coca-Cola at the moment because I'm looking at a defensive position. I've sold my S&P, but I do like this sector for very good reason because it's power, energy, oil. If you are looking at AI, you need power to power it. So maybe the next sector would be looking at something like oil and natural gas. Is this a winner for you? Well, this is not financial advice, but I'm going to share with you a full analysis on the stock and you can make your mind up. We're going to look at the how it compares to the S&P 500. Where is my button gone? For some reason, I've just lost my button. How frustrating is this? I can't see it. I'm staring right at it. Blimey, where has it gone? I press this button every single day, and for some reason, I can't see. There it is. No idea why I couldn't see that. It's made live. These are all live, unedited, unscripted events. For some reason, I couldn't see that. Don't know why. Anyway, there you go. There is my chart against the S&P 500. We're going to look at that in a second. We're going to take a look at the company, further details on it. I'm going to run it through my analysis software and do an AI model. Most importantly, though, I'm going to be looking at the balance sheet and sharing with you all the software so you can do it yourself. The intrinsic value, what does the company owe in debt, all this kind of thing. Most people just don't pay any attention to this stuff. They just hand over their money to somebody without any idea of what they're buying. Well, you're going to find out exactly about this business so you can make an informed decision. So there you go. I've done over 300 stocks now. I've been live for 4 years. This is my real cash, my real money. We've got our silver play button from YouTube. We're on track for the gold one as well. That'll be 1 million subscribers. And most importantly, for a financial channel, we have our tick, our verification tick. That means genuine and authentic information. So let's get straight into our review. If you'd like to tap the like button, that would be great. That's the Mr. Mini-Me. And consider subscribing as well. That way you'll know more about our analysis and you can cover the full playlist of this stock. And on top of all of that, you will be able to get the earnings as well if you request it. So can this stock make money for you? Is it going up? We're going to look at the numbers now. Is it going to make money or is it going to sell off? Is it going to crash? It's very, very new. We've gone through trade wars, inflation wars, all kinds of issues. But now we are looking at something very, very new, a new business. So can it make money for you? Well, we're going to take a look at it and maybe, just maybe, this stock to take off and take you to the moon. I know a lot of people like that phrase. It's not for me, but we do have a lot of people who love talking about going to the moon. So let's get straight into it. This is my position here, as I say, so you know what I'm fully in and I'm about to start trimming my Coca-Cola. This is Amplify. We're going to start at the beginning. What is it? Not everyone knows what this is, so we're going to start from the beginning. It's a new company. Let's scroll down. If you've not tapped the like button, please do so. It will share it out to more people. And we do have our oil expert in the channel today, which is lovely. Stephen Lewandowski, an oil man in the channel today. Right. Let's have a quick look at the overall chart position. As you can see, it's not been out that long. It IPO'd back here in 2016. So some 9 years. It popped up and it's been selling off ever since. If we look at it over the 5 year, you can see up 573% over the 5 years. Over the 1 year, we're down 18%. A bit, maybe Trump has something to do with that, bringing oil prices down. I don't know. We'll go into it in a moment. So let's start from the very beginning. What is Amplify Energy? Amplify Energy Corporation is an independent oil, natural gas company which engages in the acquisition, development, exploration and production of oil and natural gas properties. It focuses on operations in Oklahoma, the Rockies, offshore Southern California, East Texas, just down the road from me, and North Louisiana and Eagle Ford. The company was founded in 2011, but headquartered in Houston, Texas. The listed name is AMPY, Amplify Energy Corporation. All right, so very small company, just 229 employees, based in Houston, Texas, not far from me. If you're buying this on margin, it's regarded as semi-low risk. In fact, it's the lowest percentage that you get. It's the same as you bought the S&P or Coca-Cola, 25%. So you've got a nice maintenance ratio if you are using margin. All right, as you can see, my buying power is down to $14. I've invested every single penny, even with $250,000, in what I believe is the next stock to explode, and that's Coca-Cola for many, many reasons. Now, the volume, 1.2 today, average volume 1.63. Very low volume. It's not a trading stock, not really. So buy and own. Low volume means it's hard to get the price that you want. Is the buyer's going to show up? That's kind of what I mean by that. Market cap, 212 million. So it's a very small, very new company. 212 in this space is very small. When you consider that my portfolio is nearly 600 grand, I could buy 1/12 of this. No. Got my numbers wrong there. Anyway, forget that. 212, just off the top of my head, I was thinking I could buy a big piece of this. 212.65 million. 52-week high, 735. 52-week low, 227. And the PE ratio of 14.25. Now, I normally show you this at the end, but I'm going to do it now. 14.25. The reason why I'm showing it this way around is the PA ratio is the lagging indicator of what we already know, 14.25. However, if we look at the forward PE with the projections that we have and where things are going, 18.75 forward PE. That would indicate things aren't going well. That might have a lot to do with the price of oil coming down. Is it a business you want to invest in? Well, that's the big question. So I don't like seeing that. I want the PE, the forward PE, to be better than the lagging indicator because things are getting worse, not better. However, that also presents opportunity if the stock has declined. Scrolling down. Now, Robinhood investors aren't buying this. This is new in the space and they're not paying attention to this stock. Hedge funds are buying more as we go through Q1 and Q2 than they are selling. Good news. What about insiders? Good news there too. Insiders are buying a reasonable amount as well. Shall we have a quick look who those insiders are? We always want to see if the CEO's buying in, always nice. So recently buying, does it tell us Clint D. Coghill has recently bought. That's informative buy. That's what you want. Informative buy. That means they are doing it because out of choice, not uninformative. Uninformative is buys and selling is just for tax reasons, but informative means I want to buy this business. Who is this? Shares bought on the open market. That's what we want to see. 350,000 shares. That's what we want to see. Over $1 million just in August. So that's good to see. These are insiders. That's the director and the CFO, the man in charge of the money, the chief financial officer, are buying with their own money on the open market. That is a very good signal, has always got to be celebrated when we see insiders buying, and especially from the financial side of things as well. That is great. Now then, let's look at the earnings. We've been missing on earnings. Now, that's, again, not surprising, really, when you think about it. Trump is bringing down the cost of oil, so we are missing on earnings. Does it mean things are going to turn up? Does it mean things are going to improve? Well, we shall see in good time. If we get enough interest, if you are a member and you do a minimum $10 super chat, we can cover the earnings for you. November the 5th would be our next earnings. And if anyone wants me to, we can cover that. All right, scrolling on down. Who else is buying this stock in Robinhood? Gives you an idea of how it will trade. Energy Transfer, Tilray Brands, SNDL, Ford, Plug Power, American Airlines, Cosmos, AMC, NEO, Carnival, ConocoPhillips. I've seen enough. I've seen some energy stocks, but I've also seen some highly speculative stocks as well. Bit of what I call gambling stocks there. All right, so that tells you that this, even though it's low volume, people will try and trade this. So if we look back at the chart, we can see, yeah, there's certainly a buying activity going on here. Doesn't look like the S&P, does it? I'm not saying the S&P doesn't get traded, but you can see the aggressive stance on trading there. Anyway, even though it's low volume, which is high risk when you try and do that. Anyway, there's the basic start. Now let's go into how the stock stacks up from factor grades, and I'll break it down in more detail. If you like this so far, please tap the like button and consider subscribing as well. Welcome to the channel. My name is Martyn Lucas. Lovely to have you here. You can see here that valuations have improved, having the price come down from B+ to A- improved. Growth, however, is B+ down to D. Growth has gone the other way. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Profitability, D+. That's improved. And momentum is B+. Very nice. Up from F. And revisions, we don't have any grades there. What about the short interest? Have we got any short interest? 3.28. So we've got some negative pressure on the stock, but don't expect any short squeeze anytime soon. This is what concerns me. And straight away, that puts me off from buying. I can never buy a business that's forward PE is worse than the lagging indicator. So straight away, this is not one that I would buy purely on the basis of that. That's enough for me. There are plenty of businesses I can buy that have improved PE, not worsening PE. All right, so I don't like that. Now then, if you like the way I was presenting that software, that is called Seeking Alpha. You might have heard of it. It's one of the world's most famous platforms for analysis, and you pay thousands of dollars for it and so on. I've subscribed to it to give it to you. There's the profile. There's my referral in the link. You can get a free trial of that, and you can try it out yourself, and you can review some stocks for free using my referral. And if you want to get it, you can, but you get a huge discount and you get a free trial. So the link is in the chat. For those watching later, it'll be below the description and pinned to the comments later on. Right, let's go now into the business's balance sheet. Very few people do this, and you should. Here is Alpha Spread. There's the link in the chat. The same thing. You can get a free trial of this as well, so you can review stocks I'm about to show you for free. And the deal is so good, it makes my membership for free because I know the CEO personally. I've got the best deal, more than CNBC and Bloomberg. All right, so let's go into the stock. The current price of the stock is $5.24. However, the intrinsic value is $6.44. So on a base case scenario, we're undervalued by 18%. Nice. Best case, undervalued by 37%. Worst case, we are undervalued by 536. So even though I didn't like the forward PE, from intrinsic valuation, which is reliable, we have no warnings on this one, is reliable. It could be undervalued and could be a time to buy. As I showed you, the other factor grades are doing well. We've got profitability moving up, momentum moving up, and valuation about the same. So slightly up than it was 6 months ago. So this is a good start. Other than the forward PE, it could be they're investing. So that's why their forward PE could be out of sync for me. But anyway, so 50-50 right now. That's improved it. Revenue. Now, 279 million, down 24%. Why? What's going on? We've got a drop there. Well, I would imagine it's the price of oil. Trump wants oil to come down. All right? So we've got down 24%. Remember, though, when you go down, there's only one place to go up from there, and that's up. We know that because our oil expert in the channel, Stephen Lewandowski, will tell you once upon a time, oil was negative. They were paying you to take it off your hands, and now it's a valuable asset again. All right. So operating income down 66%. This is not good. I don't like this. This is not what I want to see if I want to buy something. Net income up 127%. Free cash flow down 12%. Okay. Operating cash flow is up 12%. EPS, earnings per share, is up 131%. Okay, that's nice. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. All right. Let's look at the balance sheet. Most important thing when you're buying a business, this tells you what you're buying. Are you buying a pile of cash, or are you actually buying a business that makes money? Well, let's have a look at it. This is what you're buying right now. You're buying the assets, 771 million in assets. Current assets, 70 million. And then we go through all the non-current assets. So receivables, 34.7 million, and other current assets, 35 million, PP&E, 388 million, and other non-current assets, 313 million. Okay, that's the size of their balance sheet. We looking at the liabilities. Now, liabilities are around about 50% or so of their assets. That's okay. What's the liabilities though? Long-term debt, 130 million. That actually makes up 36% debt, long-term debt. Now, of course, with rates coming down, that can be a catalyst for the stock, because with rates coming down, then the business has that input. However, a forward PE, that's down, and 36% debt. I don't like this. I don't like buying a business with debt. There are other energy companies I could buy without this debt. But remember, it takes money to set up a new business, but it's been around long enough to have brought the debt down. I would imagine that having the recent oil prices drop the way they are is not helping this business. But of course, that always reverses. It doesn't go on forever. Now, while I'm making this, I'm also doing a live trade of $600,000. You can see that is just my main account. I've got my Roth IRA as well. My Coca-Cola is exploding again. We're expecting $6,500 every percent it goes up. That's how much Coca-Cola I've got. I'm watching that closer. I hope you don't mind that I am trading live while I'm making this for you. Okay, let's look at the gross margin. Gross margin is 48%. Now, before you rush out and buy this business, this is why you need Alpha Spread. It's only about $5 a month. You really need this. I'll give it to you again. Alpha Spread, it's in the chat. I'll give it to you later on. 48% sounds great. However, what's important is the net margin, 5%. Now then, I don't know. Is that good? Stephen Lewandowski, our oil man in the chat, would tell you how good that is. Well, you can find this out using this software, because as you can see, if you hover over the software, it tells you what net margin is, but more importantly, you can compare it. So you can go to your other favorite oil companies and it will suggest them in this software, who they are, and see what their margins are. See what people can make from oil. Is it good or bad? I don't know. I'm not an oil expert like our good Stephen, but you don't need Stephen. Sorry, Stephen. You need Stephen, or you need this website, this software. So again, it's in the chat. Alpha Spread link will be below in the description or pinned to the comments later. But net margin, I don't know how that compares. As I'm doing this, Stephen, I know you're watching, put in the chat, what is a good net margin for a good oil company? And let me just see if Stephen will give me one. Okay, he's just given me Matador, MTDR. Perhaps you could tell me what that is. In fact, I could do it myself using this very software. MTDR, Matador, net margin. Let me see what the margin looks like with Matador. And that will get, no, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, now you all get an idea of how much money an actual oil company can make. 22%. So there you go. So without even going further into Matador's business, it's very easy to see that compared to this business, Amplify, just on the basis of a margin, which is the most important thing of all, is how much money it makes, Matador might be a better buy. But this is not the Matador earnings call. This is not a Matador review. Now I can see, Stephen, why you buy Matador. Right there, the numbers speak for themselves. FCF margin is down 3.3%. What is it? You don't know what it means? Hover over it using the software. I'll drop it in the chat again, Alpha Spread, and you can find out what that means to you. ROCE, what does it mean? I have no idea. I just make this stuff up as I go along. Go and check out what ROC is. It's return on capital employed. Of course, I knew that, but you might not have done. And now you can find out with this software. 2%, that's not good. ROIC, 1.5%. ROA, 2%. And ROE, 3.7%. So let's scroll down here and look at the profitability of this business, 57%. Now, shall we do it? Shall we go back to Matador and see what they had? 57% on Matador, 57% on Matador, the same. That's interesting. 57% and AMPY, 57%. Same profitability score. Interesting. That's not just the margin. That's everything else. All these metrics taken into account. All right. So that's an interesting point, right? Anyway, solvency score, 37%. Quite a bit of debt. You know what I'm going to do? We might as well go and look at Matador, shall we? I don't know how we got onto that, but we might as well. Matador, what is their percentage solvency score? 42%. So not great. Not great. These businesses will never have high solvency scores. They cost money. This isn't like Apple, where they just, or Google, particularly software like Google, where they just rinse and repeat. There's expenses involved with oil, right? So AMPY lowest forecast. Well, 15% is the worst case scenario. Are we in a worst case scenario? Well, we do need more energy. Absolutely. It's the number one thing right now above AI. I believe that, because without power, AI doesn't exist. We need more power. Trump just wants to bring the price of oil down. That doesn't mean to say it's bad for oil companies, though. They can still make money. They just do it at lower levels, but it can be done. We've seen it happen. So 15% downside, worst case scenario. Average 65%, that's a very good number, or even more than 100%, 120% on a best case scenario. I would say we're somewhere around here, which obliterates the S&P 500. Okay, so there is Alpha Spread and Seeking Alpha. I've dropped the links in the chat for you. Now we talked about the S&P. Let's have a look at how it compares to the S&P, and then I'll run it through my AI model and see what we come up with. So back in 2017, all right, if you'd put $10,000 in Amplify, you've got $3,000 left. Not great. If you put 10 grand in the S&P, you're up 3.5x. 34,000. You can see on the chart there, you can see in 2020, COVID, it fell off, which tells you it is responding to macro conditions, the same as the S&P. It came down considerably. You can see it. And it's just gone flat. It's never really taken off. It's been slowly declining. So you can't say it's to do with Trump. It's been coming down ever since it came out. IPO'd, trending lower and lower. It started to get a bit of a bounce after COVID, and then it's falling away again. All right, that tells you how that works. Right, let's go and look now at the AI model that I prepared for you. Now, this is Seeking Alpha. Again, very professional software, and you can review stocks like this for free using my referral. Otherwise, there is no free trial, and you can't do it. You might as well do it for your favorite stocks. Things that you love, that you already own, not a bad idea to go and check out using this model that I'm about to show you, and you might find it interesting. So let's go over to our AI model. If you've just tuned in, please do tap the like button. I've got a big event coming up for you in about 20 minutes time after this, so stand by. It's something you're going to love. I have a short video, but live with a special guest, so make sure you stick around. So when you subscribe, make sure that you've rung the bell so you don't miss the notification of what is about to come up after this. So, forward PE, 18 times earnings. All I know is it's dropped from the lagging indicator. That's not good. All right. Company description. We're not going to read that again. We've already covered it. But if you'd like to pause the screen at this point, I'll take a shot there. Probably pausing is the best. You can read through all that information that I prepared for you there. All right. But what I will do is share with you the competitors and unique value. What makes this so unique? Amplify Energy faces competition from several other companies in the oil and gas industry. Key competitors like Chesapeake Energy Corporation, Devon Energy, and EOG. These are just some of its competitors. How does it stack up to these? All right. I just want to keep my eye on this as well, folks. We've got a big play at the moment here with 600 grand of Coca-Cola, and I'm making about 5.5, 6 grand every 1%. So it's getting very serious on my portfolio. So please allow me to keep looking back. I don't want to miss a huge trade of over 500,000. I make these videos live. All right, so let's go back to here. Amplify Energy unique value proposition lies in its strategic focus on mature, high-return oil and natural gas assets. The company has demonstrated strong production growth and high internal rates of return, IRR, at its beta field, with recent development wells significantly outperforming expected type curves. This focus on high-yield properties combined with strategic assets sales to reduce debt and streamline operations positions Amplify Energy to potentially enhance shareholder value and maintain a strong cash flow profile. The company also benefits from its diversified portfolio of assets across multiple regions, which helps mitigate risks associated with commodity price volatility and regulatory changes. Okay, now we're going to go through all the factor grades. Now, before I read these, we do have a poll. And now this poll, as we often rank #1 in the world for most stocks that we cover, which I'm really proud of, by the way. 4 years ago, no one was watching the channel. And here we are now with a nice shiny silver play button, a nice verification. I keep doing the wrong hand. A nice verification tick. And we rank on Google for a lot of the things that we talk about, which is kind of nice. So this is our what we call Lucas Archie. Think of the Fibonacci, but better. This is our Lucas Archie. I'll put it in the chat. It's our community pages on our YouTube channel. I would like you to vote. So in the live chat now, I asked the question, is this a buy, hold, or sell? We've got 41% don't know. That doesn't surprise me because it's new and not many people have looked at it, which is great. Honest, I'm really pleased. I'm also pleased because our investors are very educated, our Lucasades, as we call them, are very well informed. Most of our members make money. It's the trolls and the bots and all the dare I say it again, idiots. You get a lot of idiots who have no idea what they're doing. Watch YouTube. Our Lucasades are informed, so I'm really pleased that 41% say I don't know. Much better to say I don't know than it's great and I'm buying it. But other than that, 23% say buy and hold. No one would be selling here. I think that's a great poll, and I agree with that. So I'm going to end the poll there so you can all see the results. But I'm now going to go to this one, which features on Google. Let's see how many votes we got here. We got 107 votes on the live stream. On this poll, which will be out later on Google, it ranks on Google, we've got 30 votes so far, just started. I've just refreshed it, as you saw, for the first time. And this one is more interesting in a way because it says undecided 23%, 43% say buy, which is double what it is in the show. That's interesting because the people that understand stocks that are watching here right now are more undecided, whereas on Google, where anyone can vote and say anything they want, they're saying buy. That's an interesting take on the stock. Not really surprised that our Lucasades are more informed. But that's often the case, particularly the ladies. Right, let's now look at these metrics and see what they mean. Please do tap the like button if you like this and consider subscribing as well. Very much appreciative. So, first of all, we're going to look at valuation then. AMPY is attractively priced. Its price to sales is 1 compared to the sector median of 1, indicating it trades at a 50% discount. Moreover, the price to book ratio is 0.47, significantly below the sector median of 1.44, suggesting is undervalued. Well, we discovered that when we looked at a reliable intrinsic value. I say it reliable, it's not always, it certainly was in this case. So there we go. That's good. Valuation is good at this level. Growth. AMPY's growth metrics are concerning, with a notable decline in EP earnings per share. Growth forward, that's what I just said. The forward is worsening. This is not good. Starkly contrasting with the sector's -7. Yes, it's not good. From the earnings per share. The negative trajectory signifies a slowdown in the company's expansion efforts. We don't want to see that. Profitability. Profitability is moderate, with an EBITDA margin of 30%, slightly below the sector median of 31%. Although lower, this margin indicates some ability to convert revenue into earnings. And finally, momentum. Not finally, there's one more. Momentum. The stock's momentum is strong, with a 6-month price performance increase of 26%, significantly above the sector median of 0. This indicates a positive sentiment and investor confidence in the stock's near-term outlook. Revisions, finally. Earnings revisions are stable, with no upward or downward changes in the last 3 months, reflecting a neutral stance from analysts regarding future earnings expectations. Summary. In summary then, although AMPY benefits from a strong valuation and positive momentum, its growth and profitability metrics present challenges. The stable revisions indicate uncertainty amongst analysts. Given these mixed factors, AMPY is rated hold, suggesting it is expected to perform in line with its peers, not outperform. All right, so there is our review on Amplify. What do you make of that? Do you agree? My thoughts, my conclusion on this stock would be, I agree. It's not a rush out and buy. I like the sector. If I was in, I'd be holding. I would not be selling here. There's some good reasons to hold on to the business. However, I wouldn't be buying here. I'd be watching it. So to me, it's a hold if you are in, or paying close attention. Someone just said, I voted hold. I like that. Congratulations. That's the way I would go with this stock. It's a hold. It's not a buy. It's not a screaming buy. It's not a sell, but it's a hold. I would be looking, if I wanted to invest in oil and gas, natural gas, I think I would go and look elsewhere and see if I could find a better deal. And to do that, that's why you want to use alpha spread. It's literally a few bucks a month. It's so cost effective. It makes our membership for free. Our members have their own membership page on the software, as I know the CEO. It's a great deal, and you can try it for free. If you want to go more professional, there is Seeking Alpha in the chat, and I'll give you all of these links in the description when this posts out as a video later. I'm going live right now. I have to say, I'm really, really thrilled to bits. I didn't think for such a oil stock, a small stock, we would have 111 people in. That's amazing. That's really great. Sometimes people say, how come this channel has 100,000 subscribers and only 100 people? Or it varies. Sometimes we have 30, 40,000 watch. It depends on the subject. But I'm really pleased that we've had an audience of that size for this type of stock, and you've stayed all the way through, which is absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. It just shows me that we have a really great investor base here of people that actually know what they're doing, and it makes me happy when I see people behaving in a responsible manner. It's kind of what we really want to encourage here, is wise, sensible investing. So there you go. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to be back in a few minutes' time with a special guest about an even more special, no disrespect to our guest, but an even more special guest when we return, after we return in a minute. That's confusing. Trust me, it'll all make sense. So make sure that you've subscribed to the channel and done it properly. Have you clicked subscribe and rung the bell? Click all so you'll be notified. You'll only ever get 3 notifications a day from me, maximum, no matter how many times I stream live. Make sure it's set to all. Otherwise, you will miss very, very important events. Make sure the bell is set to all. Okay, I'll be back in just a couple of moments. If you've made it this far, you might like to know about our giveaway. To celebrate our channel reaching 100,000 subscribers, you'll see we've still got the balloons up. Oh yeah, we've still got the balloons up. Would you like to go behind the scenes just for a moment? Here we go. I'll take you behind the scenes just for a second, and I'll show you our balloons that we're celebrating our 100,000 subscribers. There you go. You can see above my head, if I bring that screen there, you'll see we've still got the 100,000 balloons up. They'll be coming down as we go into season 5 when I come back from my holiday. I wanted to leave them there for a while. I thought it would be quite nice. Anyway, let's bring the lights back down again. Good old Phillips for bringing me my lights. And there we go. All right, we're giving away, to celebrate our channel growing so much, we don't sell training programs here. We give away a lot of stuff because we make money investing. We never sell anything here. It's free. We're giving away $2,000. Now, if we get a lot of engagement, it'll be $3,000. Completely free, no purchase necessary. Anyone can win. And if you're too rich, just give it to charity. There is the giveaway, martynlucas.com/giveaway. I shall give it to you again in the description and pin to the comments and pin it to the end when this video comes out. But right now it's in the chat for you. It's free to enter, free to win, free to take part. All you do is collect tickets. You sign in here. I don't collect your information. I don't even know what to do with it if I did. You don't have to buy anything, download anything at all. All you do is collect tickets. Now, you may have done many of these things like follow us and subscribe to us, but do all these things and do it properly. If you try and cheat, you'll be taken out of the competition and not allowed back in again. So if you use VPNs and you use multiple accounts, you'll just be frozen out. And only 6 people have done all the things. Very few people actually get involved in our giveaways. I don't know why. I've no idea why. We're giving away money. We've done it lots of times now, and people just think it's not real until they see it and go, oh, I wish I took part in that. So please do take part in our giveaway. It doesn't really benefit me whether you do or not. We're just thanking people for supporting the show. It just seems a nice thing to do. Right, that's it from me. I'll be back in about 5 minutes' time for a special event with a special guest, but not quite as special as the guest after the special guest. Confused? You're supposed to be. Join me in just a couple of minutes for that. Vaz says, I think Martyn is just lazy and he wants to only swap the 1 for a 2 when he comes back for his holiday. That's right. Absolutely. When I come back, I'll just put a 2 and it'll be 200,000. That's it. I'll just leave it there. In fact, that sounds a very good idea. Just leave it there. All right, that's it from me. I'll see you back in a minute. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. I'll also give you all the links to Seeking Alpha and Alpha Spread so you can get all the software I've been using. Also the giveaway. And if you come back in just 5 minutes, we've got a wonderful show for you and you're going to love it. A big surprise. A big surprise. It's going to be wonderful. I really promise you a wonderful event. You don't want to miss this. To use the man himself. You don't want to miss this. The batteries. Who am I talking about? Who says the batteries and you don't want to miss this? Big news. I've got big news. Anyone know in the chat? I've got big news. The batteries and you don't want to miss this. Who could possibly say that? Write it on a postcard. I'll see you back in a minute. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Down over here. Over here, I shall put the Amplify playlist. You'll have your very own playlist. And down here, I shall have the giveaway so you can take part in that. All right, that's it for me. See you back in a few minutes. Don't go away. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.